a Turk and a Azeri and an Armenian walk into a bar, and the Armenian says hello to the Turk, and that Turk turns to the Azeri and says,
"Who's that speaking here? Somebody speaking?"
In terms of politics, obviously I have a lot of ideas. So I like to propose, hey, Mayor, how about, I don't know, make our lives better, not like cut my mom's wages or whatever, and cut all the pensions for all the city workers, and stop wasting money on empty construction contracts, and you maybe use that to rebuild the crumbling infrastructure where like half the city looks like it's been invaded and had IUDs thrown about. No, not IUDs, IEDs, ruining the streets. Maybe you could do something about the fact that like every couple of years, that particular year, we have 6 weeks where the city's underwater, where the city cosplays as the lost city of Atlantis. Maybe we could do something about that. NOLA comedy, 504 comedy, something like that. Big time comedy, TYME comedy, something like that. We get Cash Money Records to invest. Make sure they have only 49% control at most. We can't have them controlling this city bureaucracy. This is a social program, and that's the one thing I learned after all the freaking protests this year. We need to invest more in social programs, and that starts with making people laugh, because laugh can heal most of the pains of life. That including a policeman on your neck or a bullet through your head. I think laughing through that is the cure. So I think New Orleans, as a majority black town, we need to invest in promoting our black comics. So they have a lot of jokes. They got a lot of jokes. They're very talented. They don't just say like the same 6 Bernie Mac jokes from 2002 over and over again. They definitely try and write their own material. I think there's probably a social media division or media division in general when it comes to municipal politics. You got to get your message out there. And our message is simultaneously loving and hating white women is probably one of the main through lines in black comedy, I feel. I don't know. How long should these be? I want these to be around 45 minutes to an hour. Don't want to go over an hour, because that would be to talk to yourself for over an hour. You must have some sort of mental illness. Talking for yourself for 55 minutes, now that's a healthy guy. Instagram, a place I used to look at NBA clips, guiltily beat off to pictures of former classmates, and wondered why Cam Newton used this dumbass font all the time. Okay, this is the first time I might have to censor for obscenity. The caption is, "Son, what the hell? Y'all need to pick y'all stuff up." Yeah, I was walking to the Family Dollar on a windy Sunday. Somebody's dildo box flew out of the garbage under the interstate. Wild stuff. Certainly had to upload this one. I also posted this on 9/11, the day Al Qaeda hit us with that realistic cock. Check out the GTO podcast on YouTube if you think I'm cool, and if you like it, support us on Patreon. Thank you. #podcast. My man trying to watch the Saints game this weekend. #no shame in this game. I tried taking this picture without him noticing, but I think he might have. And I don't think it helped that I think the click sound effect went off when I tried to take the picture too. I feel bad, but
ain't no shame in my game either.
Bitches who talk the most shit have ponytails like this. 100.
Just put that work in on a GTO podcast. My boy Sam look worn out. Check it out on YouTube.
Wednesday special, Bleach on the Rocks. I love being in high school and joking about killing myself. What a cool person to be. Monday special, multiple lines of Comet powder cleanser with bleach. So fucking dark, bro.
Them grades though. Thanksgiving just got a lot better. Some mom just gave away all these PS2 and GameCube games. Most of these are ass though, but it's free ass, so I can't complain. Found out later about half of the cases were empty as well. This car is going to be called a panty dropper. My cousin with the 3 laughing, crying emojis. The story about this car, though, is that it's set on fire and it was completely engulfed in flames for hours. It took a very long time for anyone to come out and put it out. That's, the signature New Orleans emergency response times that you can always depend on. If you're about having a heart attack or something, you might as well just fucking blow your brains out instead of waiting for the amber lamps to come. And a female classmate of mine, Ava, you can check out her Instagram. She's a very pleasant person.
Said, I didn't know you had a sister.
And someone else was like,
oh yeah, she's kind of cute, actually.
And then Jamie said,
I seen her. She ain't that cute.
or something to that effect. I wanted to defend my sister's honor in that moment, but I didn't want to get into any hot water for roasting her busted ass in front of the classroom. And I also had like a 48-line poem about what happened, and we got this here diss track. All right, here we go. Morgan, Jamie called you. She said you ain't all that. You ain't that pretty or whatever. And I was really offended because you part of my genes. So how do you feel about this? A very.
No, just say it. How you gonna talk about, first of all, a younger girl? Second of all,
Tell them.
you say that in front of somebody's sibling. What if somebody was like, "Oh, your mom not that pretty"? Aren't you fat and dark? No, F the dark, because they have beautiful dark skin. You can't say nothing about me. Lose the weight first. Lose the weight. Take the makeup off and let's see. Let's see how you really. Let's see what's really good.
Now,
Don't talk about me.
now, can you comment on how she's in Black Culture Club? Does that make anything up to you?
We're both black and we empower each other. Talking about she's not that cute.
Woman Crush Wednesday. Roy was like, Mark, you out of control. I went to the my local vending machine. I walked on campus and I went to the only vending machine I could get into. And I went like at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I, swiped my card and I saw there was a Snickers bar and I really wanted it. So I swiped it. The Snickers bar was like coming out, but it got stuck. It didn't drop all the way down. So I'm like, fuck. Okay, I'll swipe it again. I'll get the Snickers bar again. And the one that I got the first time and then one behind it will come out. And it comes down. First one's come down. The little swivel thing that holds the candy kept spinning. I'm like, okay, the second one's about to fall down. Nope, stopped. So, all right, I've been burned too many times with the fucking sunk cost fallacy thing. So I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna take my Snickers. I'm gonna go home. But I was just thinking, almost every day for the past week, the fucking Snickers bar that got away. And I went back yesterday. It was today. To the vending machine just to see if it was still there, because who's buying vending machine? Like, no one's on campus. School's not in session. Barely anyone's living on campus right now. Who's buying this? The janitor? He has a job, and he could buy real food. He can buy real TV dinners. But yeah, somebody got it though, and they got a free Snickers bar, which freaking sucks. Cause all I had to do was like shake it and get it out. But it was 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't want to attract attention because there's been many times when I went by that vending machine over the past 6 months, and the cops were on my trail, and I had to get out of there. And I didn't want to stick around any longer than I wanted to. And I guess I could talk about that right now, even though I think I might talk about that during the Pokemon Sword and Shield days. But whatever. There was multiple times where I woke up in like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, man, I'm hungry and I don't feel like cooking right now. And I'm not spending $30 to get a freaking, some sort of early morning meal from DoorDash. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to walk to the vending machine, spend $1.50 on a bag of M&Ms, get a sugar rush, start doing work, and 20 minutes later crash and go to sleep. And the cycle of my bad relation to food continues. So one day I got up at 2. I went to the vending machine. Honestly, very dark outside. Not that many lights. I'm walking. I get to the vending machine, get what I want. As I'm walking back, I see, like where I was, I see the cop car flashing its lights coming around the campus. And I'm like, oh fuck, they have cameras around here. They might think I'm being sus because I'm in a dark hoodie, doing sus shit with my hands in my pockets. I don't know. So they might have saw me on the cams and wanted to see who's in the area. So I ran back to inside my apartment and I hid in the shadows, like the ninja I am. You may not think it from the sights of me, but I do have 100 sneak. But I still need to level up to get a new perk so I get the little roll. I don't have the roll yet, but I do have 100 sneak. And I sat in the shadows and I looked at the cop car to see where it was going. I was like, was it really trying to get me? And it went exactly where I was. So the car was suspicious. Like, who the fuck is here at 2 a.m? And it was me. And I don't know if that exchange would have went well, but the cop missed me. But that wasn't the only time where I had an interaction where I barely missed the cops. I tried to do the same thing, maybe 2 or 3 a.m, go to the vending machine, get something. And I walked. I did try to do the same thing, run back to my apartment. But this time the apartment gate was open. So the cop, I think, went into the apartment complex, tried to find whoever the person was. And I didn't go in through the front gate. I went through a different entrance to the apartment. Obviously, you don't notice, you don't have the visual. But the cop was essentially searching for me, and the cop's path was between me and my apartment. So I had to do like a little stealth mission to get around where the cop was. And I could see the cop. Like, there was a point where I was like at the edge of a building, right around the corner of a building was me, and I saw the cop's flashlight come my way. I turned around, booked it, took another right, take 2 rights around the opposite side of the building, and missed the cop. And the cop never saw me. I eventually ran into my apartment. That was pretty scary stuff, because that cop was definitely looking for me. Like, I saw in the parking lot from where I couldn't see the parking lot, but I could see the flashing lights coming from that direction, like of the cop car, and I was trying to run away. And yeah, real life stealth missions. And guess what, people? If you've never been in a real life stealth mission, they suck too in real life. So, fuck, man. And that's pretty stressful, but I did get a nice little adrenaline rush, which is nice to feel. I haven't had one of those in a bit. And there's like another cop instance, but it was very similar to the first two. But yeah, I'm the victim of police racism. Let's turn it around to do something positive, or do something that's a little bit funny, I guess. So this week I do the laundry. I know that's not much of a thing to announce. Most people do the laundry every week, but I do my laundry probably like once a month because I'm really lazy and I'm not even gonna go there. But anyways, I got to a point where I had to clean the laundry because I had no clothes to wear, and like literally no clothes to wear. All I had was my overcoat and some basketball shorts that were a little too tight, a little too small, and I didn't have any underwear, I didn't have any socks, so I had just shoes, pea coat, and tight, too small basketball shorts. So usually I go wash the clothes, I go to the laundromat very early, like 5:15 in the morning, so I don't have to talk to anyone, because I don't want to deal with anyone. I don't want anyone seeing me, especially in that state. And I got my clothes together. I walked down the stairs to go to the laundromat. And as I'm walking, I'm realizing my ass is completely out, because my pants just like they can't stay up. There's this right below where my ass ends, and my pea coat, my chest is out. It's not covering my chest, and it's like the way that it's cut, like the stomach. You can see my stomach and whatever. You can't really see my stomach that much. It's more the chest, I guess, but it's just ass, chest, dick print looking it was fucking, see it very nicely. And yeah, just looking like a hot mess, hoping no one sees me. And the more like I try to pull my overcoat back to cover my butt, but you could just see my stomach. And you just see I'm walking around naked. Like everything is covered besides my dick and balls pretty much. But it was fine for now because the sun wasn't up, and I was putting my clothes in the washer. I go back to the room, 30 minutes later, come back down to the laundromat, switch the clothes over, and as I'm finishing switching the clothes over, girl walks in. And good thing I was facing the door as she coming in, because if I was turned around, she just saw all my asshole. And luckily she didn't see. She might have saw my chest, well, whatever. I have a sexy hairy chest. Some girls are into that, some girls are not, but whatever. I'm not here to flirt at the fucking laundromat. I'm in a desperate situation where I have no underwear left, and the underwear that isn't the wash, half of it is fucking ripped anyways. I'm in a desperate situation. And so I'm waiting an hour, come back at 7 o'clock, go to the laundromat, Girls in there again. And I'm like, fuck. The sun is up at this point, but I tried to walk around her, make sure she can't see me from the back or anything. Ass is out the whole time. Never covered it up again. And she eventually leaves. I just wait for her to leave. I take my, she looked at me weird. She side-eyed me for a little split second, so maybe she did see something. But that's pretty fucked up. Side-eyed me. I'm struggling right now. And, side-eye me. How much you ever can help a brother out? And not judge me, I guess. But yeah, I get my clothes, I go home. But the sun is out. It's like 7 o'clock, later, after 7 o'clock. So if anyone was outside, they definitely just saw me walk around, cheeks out. And hopefully no one did. But yeah, wild times in New Orleans. There's definitely been more revealing. There's definitely been more naked people with less clothes on, going outside, going to Walmart with just everything hanging out. So I wouldn't even say that I'm even top 10 of these cases, but whatever. But there's another thing I was thinking about in my just barely being able to hold it together is that I get my groceries ordered these days because I don't have a car and it's pretty hard to walk 2 miles to the grocery store and carry my groceries back. So I use Instacart, get my stuff delivered, which I feel like that's something that like a rich person does, get their groceries delivered, but I feel like guilty for doing that because that person is like, something about it just feels wrong to me, but whatever. It's a service that I pay for, and it doesn't cost that much more than getting the groceries regular, and just like cost like, it's like the amount, whatever the price of your grocery is plus a tip is basically the cost of an Instacart order. But the lady she was like a West Indian lady, probably from Jamaica, telling by her accent, and she comes to where I am, and I come down to get the groceries. And she's giving me the groceries, and I walk up, and she gets the rest. Walk up, and now this is a different day now, so I got my regular clothes on. My ass is not out, and she's walking behind me. No, I'm perfectly clothed, but yeah, she walks behind me. I get all my groceries in the room, and I come back outside, and she asks me, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" It's like, you seem like you're not okay, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And she's like, "It must be the mask then." And she was like, "Okay, have a nice day." And it's not much of an interaction, but she knew I'm tortured, lonely, disappointed, just in a bad place right now. And she can't be the first person to see that. And it really made me uncomfortable because everyone can see it. It's just like she was the only, out of hundreds of people that I've interacting with directly, she's the only person to point that out. Everyone else just kind of sits there, which that's what everyone does. If something bad's happening, they just walk away. They be a person getting cleaved to death, and they'll just walk away. It's an individualized bystander effect, because it's not like a group of people are looking at me and saying and not doing anything. It's like every individual person I deal with does not deal with the elephant in the room, which is, I'm just not in a good place. But, it's not their responsibility to look out for their fellow man, I guess. And so I can handle my problems by my own. But I'm really not in a good place right now. And she knew that. But I wonder what she would have done if I started talking about stuff that's really been getting at me. Would she listen? I mean, she's on the clock right now. I don't think she would need to hear that anyways. But I said nothing was wrong, and I moved on my day because I'm an aspiring, strong black woman, and it's just not going that way. Yeah, I'm having a tough time. But what I fill my thoughts with, or fill my time with thinking about various things, and try not to think about the past, not try to pressure myself with the future too much. And then when I'm not thinking, maybe watch some sports highlights. One of the sports highlights was this Tulsa, Mississippi State fight from like what was like the last game of the regular season in college, and just after the game they just started like fighting each other for no reason. I don't know what started it. I didn't watch the full game. I just saw the video of them fighting, and I'm like, man, this is kind of cool. I like this. I like seeing fights. I like seeing passion. I like seeing people, you know, fuck each other up. It's just a cool thing to watch. But yeah, the fight went on for like 2 minutes or like a minute and a half, something like that, and someone ended up getting injured. Someone limped off, and the commentators like, I don't know in particular what they said. I don't remember what they particularly said, but it was basically like the Joe Buck, what a disgusting act. They did that. That was basically their commentary. And then the people in the comments, like a guy in the comments said, these players are fucking thugs. They ain't learn how to play the game correctly. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you can't. It's so obvious that you have this like this sort of thinly veiled like racism, or at least appeal to hierarchy. That's really disgusting, my man. It's like, oh, these players should step in line. Yeah. The guy in the comment called them thugs and said, you get a scholarship while all these other college students have to. They get pennies and have to take all these loans and have all these tough times. I will kill to play football for a scholarship. And it's like, dude, you're just mad because you're not talented enough to get a scholarship for any of the dumb shit you go into college for. 2, call them thugs. Come on, you know what that means. Even if you're not racist, you know what that means. Come on, what the fuck? And then 3, if you watch a sports fight and your take, especially if you're not a fan of either team, and your take is anything other than this is cool, or I hope nobody gets hurt. If it's anything else than that, you can suck my dick, because it's a sports. They're killing it. It's football. You're killing each other. You're shortening each other's lives, or at least like you're fucking up each other's brain health long term. And we can't enjoy a good fight with people punching each other, and some of those punches some of those people didn't have helmets on. They had like the strength and conditioning coach out there taking punches with the fucking football players, and you telling me this isn't funny and cool, and you didn't even like say you were for their health. You're not worried about the guy who like looked like he tore his ACL out there. But no, they're thugs. They're ungrateful thugs. The Negroid mind cannot handle responsibility, even though the body possesses a great capability. Those fucking thugs. Suck my ball sack, dude. What the fuck? Anyways, we need to have more. I would love to have more Mass at the Palace type of incidents. So I remember I saw Joe Horn at Walmart. You know, Joe Horn was the star wide receiver for the Saints in the aughts, and you know, I thought the city loved him or whatever. But I guess, you know, as soon as you're off the team, we just forget about you. He retired, I forget which year, but this is like, I feel like a year or so after his retirement. And I was in Walmart one day, and Mom was checking out, and I was in the line to, you know, check out. And I turned around, and like the area right behind the lines, Joe Horn was there selling grills. He was in the apron selling grills. And he was like, you can get a picture with Joe Horn and buy a grill. And guess how many people was hurrying up to see Joe Horn? 0, zilch, nada, nil. Not a nigger wanted to see him. Had to use hard R there because he fucking disrespected a Saints legend, Joe Horn. God damn, from the multiple 1,000-yard seasons to the fucking the freaking famous getting a cell phone from the goalpost and calling somebody a celebration. That was pretty cool. And now my man can't even get no respect at Walmart. Now, maybe he went to the Chapatulas Walmart. He probably did though. Maybe he got a better reception at the different Walmarts. But the one in Algiers, my man's getting no respect. Looking like Ronnie Dangerfield out here. But that's my Joe Horn story. And you know, since I was like 11, probably 12 or 13, I didn't have the gumption to go say, hey, Joe Horn, I'm a fan. I remember you're pretty good in Madden, and you're pretty cool in real life too. And they say, hey, little man, he was probably like, hey, big man, you play football? And I'm like, no, I'm too much of a bitch. I'm too much of a soft ass bitch to play football. And And at that time, I did not want to have more people tell me how much of a bitch I was. Oh yeah, but I guess before I go, one thing I want to remember Kyle Long's dong, because I remember in the comment section of various videos talking about Kyle Long's penis. Like a lot of the women in there said, "Ooh, there was nice and tasty looking, nice sizable sausage Kyle Long's packing. I would love to straddle that man or whatever." You know, I'm paraphrasing. But every man was like, "Man, he got a fucking shrimp. Did he just take a dip in the fucking ice bath? My dick is so bigger than that." And I was like, okay. I was curious, as you know, the split reaction to this man's penis. I mean, this is a year ago, but I just got reminded of it. I know it's a year ago. Why are you talking about oh shit? Shut the fuck up. I'll fuck you up. Tell me why I'm talking about oh shit. But so I went to go look at his penis again, uncensored version, and his penis was like, okay, like if I don't understand, like it's a solid penis. There's no debating that. I think people just mad because when they see a man's penis like on a computer, they usually see watching pornography, and that's a porn star's fully torqued up hog, you know, at 8+ inches. This man was rocking a flaccid while changing his clothes, and y'all putting shame on his game because he had like 5 inches flaccid. Some of y'all fucking broke boys can't get 5 inches hard, and y'all putting shame on Kyle Long's game. But whatever, much respect to Kyle Long's penis, and I'm tired of people acting like they got a big penis. Everyone has a 5.5 besides like 3 people. Bitch nicka tits. What the fuck does that mean? Bitch niqua tits. Huh. Okay, so some of these my sister also made some maps, and she's about 3 to 4 years younger than me, which would probably around this era probably make her like 14. So this is about that era of cursing. So we're just learning how to get the words in our mouths, and you get bitch niqua tits out of it. Your age, to be honest. Well, okay, we got a squid stuck in a piece of glass. I understand how you feel, pal. I'm on the tip of the mushroom island, and I think from what I could see, the only thing she really meant to make was an aquarium. So let's liberate those squids from their condition. I'm here to help y'all pass on to the other side. I'm liberating you from your mortal coil. There you go. Just being friendly, just being neighborly. Wouldn't want my neighbors to suffer, you know. Pretty sure that's in the Bible. Alright, I think we had enough fun with this one. Hello, kitty. Now here's some global warming for you. Paid for by Bolsonaro. Dang, get in there. And go. What? Okay. Who thought they were funny here? You think this is freaking hilarious?
In a cosmic sort of way, yes.
No way of getting back to where my home is. So that's probably gonna take me about 3 minutes. So I guess I'll see you back where my home is, if I even have it on this map.
A few minutes later.
I might have to entertain the fact that I may have never had a house on this map. Hello. Who wants rotten flesh? What do you want that for, you sick fuck? It's time to commit thyself. This game was very formative for me. Honestly, it was formative for millions of people across the world. And my experiences with this game from 2011 to now, you know, they're experiences I'll never forget. From me and my friends getting together to build that giant obsidian penis, to, like I mentioned before, building that 50 by 100 mine to the bottom of the map that I spent a whole summer working on. I may not have recordings from those times or even a save data anymore, but at least I have those memories for now. Minecraft provided me and so many people amazing experiences. And for that, I thank you, and I thank all the people who worked on it. And I honestly got to thank all the YouTube community in the early, 2010s. Like, I would have never known this game if it wasn't for YouTubers like Uberhacks or Nova and whatever, all the list of Minecraft people playing Minecraft at the time, because I never really, I wasn't at the store or anything, and I really wasn't that into the internet at the time besides watching YouTube and looking at Bulbapedia. And I gotta thank that little slice of the community that I engaged with, for exposing me to this game. So, man, it's been a wild ride since 2011, just in general in my life. And I'm just happy to say that Minecraft and the friends I played with, and my sister as well, were a part of that in playing this game. It definitely added to my life. So, again, I'll always have the memories as long as I live. And I always look back at them with a smile. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.